Good morning, everybody. Hello. Look at all of you guys in chat already. You guys are hysterical with the whole predicting the hat. You guys are so funny. I hope everybody's doing well today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you guys are new here, my name is Dustin, and this channel, Modern Metaphysicate, is about all things occult and esoteric with a very heavy lean on the tarot. It feels like it's been 84 years since our last live stream, although it really hasn't been that long. I do want to just say thank you to everyone who stuck it out for the last live stream, which was kind of a shit show, to say the least, because we had some technical difficulties. But I spent like a few days. I literally took everything apart on my streaming setup here, and pieced it all back together. And it was a thing. It was absolutely a thing. So hopefully we'll not have those issues today. I did do some like private test streams and stuff, so fingers crossed. Um but show us your, oh yeah, the mug predictions. I saw that too. We're doing the tarot mug today. I needed some solar energy, so we've got the sun, il sole. Um, so yeah, that is the mug choice for today. Allison, I completely agree with you. It's June already. Like WTF, what where where is this year going? Holy crap. It's crazy. Like the start of this year was really rough for me for a lot of reasons. And last month was particularly rough because a family member had a lot of medical things going on, and it flew by. It's flown by, to say the very least. But yeah, the pot has doubled. You guys are terrible. Anyways, today I thought we could hang out and we'll do another reflections and favorites video where we hang out and talk about all my favorite things from the month past. From everything from art supplies to books to tarot, oracle, crystals I worked with, herbs, etc. All that kind of stuff we're going to cover today. So if you're interested in that, cozy up with a cup of tea or an adult beverage, whatever you like, because we're going to be here for a little while. So also, as always, you guys, anything that I am sharing with you today, if there is a link, there should be a link down in the description box down below already. So be sure to check that down there. Although also you will find links to my social media where you can reach out and connect with me, as well as a link to my personal website where you can book a tarot reading with me. So be sure to check all that out in the doobly-doo down below. What else? Study hall. So study hall is starting this month, you guys. So if you are interested in participating in a group study of the Thoth Tarot, here's my beautiful greeny deck here. If you're interested, we are going to be reading together Aleister Crowley's, not Aleister Crowley's. We're going to be reading Lon Milo DeQuette's book, Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot, the new edition. Although if you have the old edition, it should be fine as well. And that is going, our meet and greet session is going to happen on the 9th, which is after the Sunday live stream on the 9th next week. So we'll do our usual upcoming and new releases live stream where we talk about all the new stuff coming out. And then after that afternoon, we'll do the meet and greet for the Thoth study hall. So if you're interested in that, it is open to all channel members at any tier, and we are doing it in the community Discord server. So if you want to participate in that, be sure to check out the link for Scala Metaphysicae down below. That will get you all the access that you need. If you have any questions, throw them in chat, or shoot me a message on any of the social media platforms, and I will do my best, or even an email, and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So that is all the housekeeping things, I believe. I think. There's always housekeeping. Get your decks ready. Yes, get your decks ready, everybody. You guys are funny. So yeah. Happy Sunday, everybody. Hello, good morning, good morning. Everybody coming in right now. Oh my goodness. This morning was one of those mornings. All right. So there's that. Thoth Tarot study. Very exciting. I'm excited. I actually have a whole stack on my desk here of Thoth decks. So I have MM Maline's deck here. I have the Servants of Light tarot. I have the Via tarot. I have the Thoth, of course. I have the Hardy tarot. I have the Ashira tarot. I've got a whole slew of Thoth decks ready to go for this. So that will be fun. Mucho funo. So yeah. And like again, like I said, if you guys have any questions or anything about the study hall, feel free to reach out. I'm more than happy to answer them. So let's put this somewhere. All right, let's dive in because I got a lot of things to share with you today. I'm gonna do some bonus things since we didn't get to do our usual like catch up live stream last month because technology. So I've thrown in some extra little goodies into today's live stream, so it's going to be a little longer than usual. So we're going to start off with art supplies. Always art supplies. That is the way. And I have a couple of really cool. I need to move my phone here and make sure that it doesn't go off. I have a couple of things to share. Last month, I got there's all kinds of pretty like dappled light coming through my window right now. All right. So I got a couple new sets of oil pastels last month. Because as I love art supplies, I have a problem. But these are, and the funny thing is these are used, but these wear down very slow. You can see this one actually used because I did a portrait quite a bit. But these are Pentel Artist Oil Pastels. The Pentel brand is a Japanese company. They they are very tiny. I also have giant hands. Like just so that everybody can understand tarot card for scale. Right? I have the whole world in my hands, you guys. Um, but these little pastel sticks are. I'm gonna try to not touch them a lot because I'm gonna be touching other things, and I don't want to like be covered in oil pastel. But they're pretty tiny. But they're nice. They're artist grade. I really enjoyed playing with them. I actually did some swatching that I shared in the Discord server, which is one of the perks you get as a member. You always get little behind the scenes tidbits and random photos of my life, and you get to see what I'm eating and all that fun stuff. So here's a fun little, I did a little eye sketch because I was playing with them. Here's all of the colors that are in it. Um, Super fun. That was just me playing when I first got them. Um, but it's a great little set, very affordable. So if you're interested in those, I have linked those. I also picked up. Oh, I'm not going to be able to close this now. I will say that these are more waxy than they are oily. So they're really good for layering. One thing I've learned as I've been exploring this medium over the past, I don't know, year or so, is that having different sets of these, which I know sounds crazy, is actually really useful because the different formulations of them allow you to layer them better. So the really soft ones are really good to put on top. The really waxy ones are really good to put on the bottom of things. So there's that. I also picked up this set. Now these are really affordable. If I remember right, this is a 120 piece set. I think I picked it up for like 37 US dollars, something incredibly inexpensive. And what I think that this is, I haven't confirmed yet, so I need to do some research, but I'm pretty sure that these are private labeled Mungyo Gallery oil pastels because the colors are the same and the sticks are the same, and the consistency is the same, and in fact, even the labeling is close to being the same. So it's this huge, massive set, and I bought them because they were so affordable. I always like to have affordable ones to go like sketching outside with. I have like a little pochade box that I throw them in, and so I like to have cheaper ones when I'm out sketching because I'm not, I'm gonna throw them in the dirt, and they're they're gonna get beat up and bounced around and stuff like that. So I picked these up for that express purpose, and when I was playing around with them, they they perform really well, like Mungio Gallery level of quality. Oh yes, all the greens. Isn't this amazing? That's another reason why I got them. Greens in oil pastels are hard to come by. Green pigments in general are hard to come by, but aren't they beautiful, right? Yes, all the greens show 'em a little bit better there. That was blocking the light. So I got this set to play around with. I haven't gotten a chance to play around with it very much, but one of the ways that I always like to test oil pastels is on my hand, which is, a lot of people will give me, oh, there's like toxic stuff in them, and yeah, there can be, but um this is so soft, it's like lipstick. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Oh. So very happy with these. I will be playing with these a lot more, and I think I'm just going to throw this whole set probably into um, my sketch box because it's perfect for that. And they're so inexpensive that if they get beat up, if they get ruined, I'm not gonna sweat about it, right? Like, it's not a big deal. Now I'm gonna have a purple mark on my hand for the rest of the live stream. Whoopsies! Oh well, that's okay. Do I have any paper towel around here? I do. Let's and look, just like that, it's gone. Beauty YouTuber is my calling. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know where am I gonna put this? I didn't plan this out very well, you guys. I don't know why my camera is all fuzzy. There we go. It's gonna focus now. He's showing his blending techniques now. I have often, if I can barely keep up with this channel, you guys, I have thought about often doing like an art channel. Um, and maybe when my personal life settles down a little bit and things like that, that might happen. But I have a hard enough time keeping up with making tarot tube content, let alone art tube content. Okay, so we're gonna set these down here just for now and hope that they don't go crashing and burning. Lipstick consistency is something that oil pastel artists talk about all the time. The Sennelier ones evidently are very lipstick consistency. So alrighty. So that was my favorite art supply from last month. Art supplies. Um let's see here. Where did my notes go? Let's talk about food and drink. I actually cooked a lot last month. I was so busy doing other stuff. I really just kind of stayed home and cooked a lot. Nothing complicated. I cooked like a lot of like herbed things. I put herbed everything in my notes. Herbed everything. I love this time of year. My garden's starting to come back to life. Everything's getting green here finally. And all of my perennial herbs are back with a vengeance. Like my chives are flowering already. All my parsleys came back. My sage. What else is out there? There's catmint. There's mint. There is mullein. There's thyme. The thyme came back. Dill, of course, lots of dill. Um, what am I missing? I did replant basil. Basil, of course, is an annual, but I did replant basil and rosemary. So I have a ton of herbs. So I make herbed everything. So this past month and still to this day is like herbs. It did snow up in the higher altitudes in Colorado, but not where I'm at. We didn't get any snow, thankfully. So up in the mountains, they did get some snow though. They get snow right through till about the middle of this month, sometimes the end of this month, up in the mountains. So, but yeah, I have a plethora of herbs from the garden. So I love to make like pasta with like butter and chives and garlic, or I'll throw like a bunch of different herbs and some olive oil on some chicken breast. What else do I? What else is my culinary confection? I'll even throw like basil into like Korean ramen because it's really good. Gives it kind of like a Thai flavor. The rosemary, I do all kinds of stuff with rosemary. I love rosemary to death. It's like one of my absolute favorite herbs in the whole wide world. I mean, I love rosemary. So, what else? Yeah, that's really about it. All kinds of yummy stuff. So, herbed everything was on the menu for last month. Now in terms of herbs that I worked with, like magically and spiritually, let's go ahead and where is it at here? We're gonna swap over. That is, oh, I gotta find it here. I buried it. Where'd it go? Here it is. Camphor. Oh, where'd my camera go? What's going on? What? What? Hold on. We're gonna. I'm back. Okay. Camphor. So camphor is an herb that like medicinally has been shown to help with like muscle and joint pain. It's great for itching. And like if you apply it topically, so if you have like a bug bite or a mosquito bite or something like that, you can apply it topically in like a carrier oil, of course. It's really good for colds and coughs and kind of like mucilaginous kind of stuff going on in your respiratory system. In fact, camphor and eucalyptus, these two little buddies, are basically what is in Vicks Vapor Rub. So if you're a fan of Vicks Vapor Rub and you want a natural alternative, it's literally these two things in some like balm. So you can make a balm out of like an oil and a wax, like a beeswax, and you have your own homemade Vicks Vapor Rub. But more about camphor. Oops, let's not spill essential oils. It's also a relaxing herb, so you can use it to help with anxiety and stress. So you can diffuse it in your space. It's in terms of its magical properties, specifically in Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology has a long history with camphor, and burning camphor is said to attract positive energy. It appeases planetary energies. So, if you work a lot with planetary spirits, this is a great thing to use in your ritual magic. And it's a good thing to dispel negative energy, right? The fumes of burning camphor are believed to release healing energies and provide spiritual awakenings and drive away evil spirits, right? So, lots and lots of fun stuff. Um, great little herb. You can get it like this, which is in obviously essential oil form. You can also get it as a resin, and the resin is just like what's the word I'm looking for? It's just like um frankincense or myrrh, right? Because it's uh sap, hardened sap. And I will say, like, it's the, like Vicks is pretty strong, right? Like, it's the lower kind of note in Vicks when you smell it. So it's not that like really like sting your nose, which is kind of what eucalyptus is. In fact, when I have sinus issues, I will take eucalyptus oil into the shower with me and I'll sprinkle it around when I'm taking like a really hot shower, and it helps to like open my sinuses up really well. Um, but yeah, Camphor's lovely. And so I worked with it a lot last month, um, both for its medicinal properties and its magical properties. So that was last month. Oh no, chiggers. Those are the worst. Oh, I'm sorry. No fun. Yeah, it's great. It's a great thing in like a topical balm for itching. In fact, camphor and lavender is my favorite thing. I'm almost out of it, in fact, but I a lot of times I will get like rashes, like itchy rashes and stuff from some of the like the tall grasses. So if I have to go like out into my property into like the big where I don't mow because I live on 30 acres. There's just no way I'm gonna mow all of it. So if I have to go out there for any reason, I inevitably will get like itchy, rashy spots on like my legs or my ankles and stuff, and I'll put the balm that I have made of camphor and lavender on it, and it always does the trick. It's the best. And beeswax. It has beeswax in it and olive oil. Not sponsored. All right. So there is that. What is next on my list? Where'd my notes go? They're buried. Yeah, no. I definitely don't make the big money off of the property. There's nothing out here. It's just prairie, dead prairie land. It's not even very good for growing anything. It's sad. It's just grass. All right. So, oh, crystal. Crystal. That's next up on our list. Crystal. Dun, dun, dun. It's kind of little, so we'll switch cameras here. But the crystal that I worked with the most last month, this is just one example, but this is Angelite, which is a really lovely. It's a little more blue in person. The light in here is quite warm today, so it's kind of washing it out. But Angelite is a beautiful crystal. I work with it quite often. It's known to be a very soothing gemstone and can aid in the reduction of negative feelings. It's said that just merely holding a piece of this will give you a relaxing sensation that will spread across your body, and that keeping Angelite with you regularly will fill your atmosphere with relaxing frequencies that will help you shut out stress. This is kind of known as the stone of the nickname of the stone is the symphony of peace and joy, and it also is said to heighten your spiritual awareness. And yeah, it's a beautiful stone. I love it. It's one of my personal favorites. This is a quite a quirky little piece because it's from Angelite Geode. It comes in a various sort of different shades. Some of them will be more blue, and some of them will be more purple, or even lean towards like this, like muted blue gray. But yeah, it's a beautiful little stone. I love it. Let's see here if I can show it. Yeah, see how much more blue it looks on this camera? Isn't that weird? So funny. It's just a wonderful little specimen. Love it. Love it. So yeah, Angelite. One of my favorite little buddies. Love it. So that is my favorite crystal from last month. Get you some Angelite. It's good to keep around. And I do have it tumbled. You can get it tumbled, and it kind of just looks like a blue stone when it's tumbled. It almost looks like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a blue quartz. But yeah. So there's that. Ah, TV, film, and video game. One moment, please. I just realized that this is not being captured. So last month, um, I obsessively was watching the Dune series, Dune parts 1 and 2. Dune 2 is available now on HBO Max. This is not sponsored in any way, shape, or form, but it is an easy, convenient place for you to watch it if you have it. So I'm going to show that. But the recent, like, Dune fever has really kind of um, invigorated my love of Frank Herbert's, like, science fiction masterpiece. I'm so excited that they're doing a third film, because I'm very interested to see how they handle Leto and his sister and all of that. It was so good. I mean, this is really like classic science fiction at its best. There's tons of sort of mysticism and religion and theosophy and philosophy kind of woven into this story. So if you're interested in those kinds of things, you'll pick up on that. They did do a good job, I think, in the new adaptation of kind of highlighting that a little bit more and kind of like talking about um the differences between like fundamentalist religion and not, right, and the idea of you know how beliefs and hope and things like that can really influence people. um and yeah, it's a wonderful, wonderful story. If you haven't read the books, I highly recommend the books. The latest adaptation is fairly accurate to the books. The second movie, I think, deviated a little bit more. Like, they don't get into um, Cheney being pregnant, which I thought was an odd choice, right? Because that really influences her in terms of her wanting, like, her character, I guess, her character decision to be okay with Paul marrying Princess Irulan and all of that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really odd that they left that out, because they very clearly bounce in the bounce house in the film. So yeah, I don't know why they chose that. I did really think that they were really like, spoiler warning, by the way. They they were really masterful in how they addressed Paul's sister, right? I won't get into too much of that, but the way they handled all of that and how his mother speaks with her and things like that was really cool. So yeah, it was really good. Um, Love it, love it, love it. So if you haven't watched it yet, go watch it. It was definitely one of my highlights. Was enjoying all of the masterful cinematography um, in this series. So go check it out if you haven't done so already. All right, Timothée Chalamet. um, Oh my god, you guys are so funny. So Lexi in the Discord server, she went on a little staycation with her significant other. She got shushed in the movie and it was really funny. There are many memes now and many jokes. It's pretty funny. Um if you're in the Discord server, we've been making fun of Lexi quite a bit. Probably more than we should. Okay, hello everybody. Hi, Kate. Let's see. Mountain Shadow says you've been reading Wild Witchcraft, Folk Herbalism, Garden Magic, and Foraging for Spells, Rituals. Ooh, interesting. I'll have to check that one out. I don't think I've looked at that one yet. I have to like get a There's a big comment. um, that's really cool. I will check that out. Thank you, Mountain Shadow. Um, yes, blue anhydrite. That is the mineralogical name for Angelite. Just making sure I didn't miss anything in chat. And guys, if I did miss a question or something, just feel free to do at Modern Metaphysica. It highlights it like big and bright on my screen for me. Lori binged Manifest, a fun series, and even had some tarot and Egyptian mythology. Interesting. I will check that one out. I have not heard much about that. Um, I did see someone was talking about the tarot film. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna watch that, to be perfectly honest. Like, I think it'll just make me mad because it is geared as a horror film, and although I do enjoy some horror films every once in a while, I feel like that's just gonna like upset me because like not upset me, but like I will just be irritated the whole time watching it through, being like, yeah, this is not what it's about. So I'm probably gonna pass on that one. Maybe down the road I'll do like a react video. That would be actually fun. I have never done a react video ever in my entire BD like history of being on YouTube. That could be a fun react video actually. Maybe I'll like film myself watching it once it's like streaming way down the road if it even makes it that far, and I'll do a reaction video to it. That could be fun. Which will probably be most of the time just being like, what the are they doing? Like, why? um oh, interesting. So the phrase recklessly violates the sacred rule of tarot readings, and the description kind of threw me. Yeah, I don't know. The whole thing is just bizarre. Bizarre. Okay. So that was TV, film, video game, all that kind of stuff. In terms of my favorite YouTube, let me make sure there's no private information being shown. My favorite YouTube, I ended up watching it's called I'm not sure how to pronounce. I think it's Dana Art Studio. I think that's how you say it. I'm probably mispronouncing it. This is a Korean artist who has a lovely YouTube channel. They don't talk very often in their videos. It's mostly just music and art creation, and they do various different mediums too. So they do dry pastel, oil pastel, felting. This one with the cat was really cool. Um, they do all kinds of different videos. Um, and they're just really relaxing and enjoyable to watch. Her artwork is absolutely gorgeous. She she has quite the mastery of uh multiple mediums, which I am impeccably jealous of. You can see there's quite a few things. This video I've watched both on my I have this is my tarot account that I'm on right now, obviously because I'm streaming to you guys. But I normally watch all this kind of stuff on my art account because I like to keep the like feeds like the algorithm happy, you know what I mean? So, but yeah. Um yeah. This a beautiful channel. Absolutely beautiful channel. Go check her out if you have it like if you enjoy just like sitting with a cup of tea and like watching some this one. Oh my goodness. This video this was a fun one to watch. The like monochrome portrait. Oh, it's so beautiful. I watched it a couple times. Um love it. Love it. Um so there's that. Favorite YouTube. I might like Renzo art if you haven't. Oh, I haven't. I will check that out. I do love alla prima oil painting. It's one of my favorite. Big question. Is there any fiction that depicts tarot? A tarot tube vision of it. Well, I would say tarot tube doesn't have like a unified vision of tarot. That's in fact tarot tube is kind of decisive in divisive. That's the word I'm looking for. Divisive in that way. Like um there's a part of tarot tube that's very just love and light. There's a part of tarot tube that's very sort of like it's more of like a psychological thing. You have there's the tarot tube that it's just a tool of inner reflection. You have the tarot tube where it is divination and it is spiritual. You know, there's many different kind of flavors there, so I don't feel like there's like going to be one universal like truth to tarot tube or one thing that's going to make everyone in tarot tube happy. So yeah. um I hope that answers your question. Let's see here. I too love paranormal investigation shows. My fun, my guilty pleasure. Absolutely. Um, Hi, hello. I'm just looking here, making sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. So now I keep losing my notes. We did those TV, film. Okay, so book. Let's talk about book. I actually didn't have a whole ton of time to read last month, but I did get in this book, which I've been really enjoying. This is called Drawing the Head for Artists: Techniques for Mastering Expressive Portraiture. Um, Let us switch cameras here. So this is a really lovely book. Can we zoom out a little? Ooh, other way. I don't want to shake too much. Let's move this the way. So I've been really trying to like step up my portraiture game. I've been kind of really interested in doing more portraits and making that like a part of my art practice more. Um and this book has just been really wonderful. There's really cool techniques in here. I love how they break things down in terms of shape. Like this reminded me a lot of my art school life drawing class. I never actually ended up taking a portraiture class. I just took life drawing 1 and 2 where you do the whole figure. So like portraiture is probably one of my weak points in my artistic abilities, but I also love how there's these sections that break down how to draw like the different parts of the face in different ways. So like eyes and ears and noses and stuff like that. So this was really I was really excited to get this book and kind of really kind of dive into it. It's obviously there's not a ton to read, um, but the some of the techniques in here and I've been kind of practicing sketching and stuff like that. Have been really fun. It made me bust out my charcoals again to do stuff like this, which I really love. Some good willow charcoal. I love all the examples and how big the book is. The book is actually quite sizable, so you can see the details really well, and it doesn't get kind of like too convoluted. It also talks about hands, which is notoriously, if you're into art at all, you know that hands are evil, to say the least. Hands are like the most evil thing in the whole wide world to draw. I despise drawing hands. Um, because they have that uncanny valley, right? Kids too are I don't know, kids are always creepy. Like that's just creepy. Um, but elderly folk are amazing to draw. So, really cool book. Pretty affordable. Highly recommend it if you're interested in upping your portraiture game. Um, there's that. I did also pick up honorary mention. I have just started reading this. I've read 2 chapters. The Esoteric Tarot by Ronald Decker. I read this in a PDF like an eon ago, um, and I didn't actually make it all the way through. So I ended up picking up the hard copy of this um, to read it all the way through for research purposes for a little side project I'm starting. But this is Ancient Sources Rediscovered in Hermeticism and Kabbalah. Decker is probably one of the foremost authors in tarot history. Um, Great little book. So yeah, those are my books from last month. Ooh, if you have any suggestions, Bunny Kisses, you know where to find me. I don't do like portraiture is not like my go-to. Like I typically do mostly landscape and still life and stuff like that. But I want to do more portraits. Like I enjoy figure drawing and stuff like that. And this summer I might actually do the local art school here does like open figure drawing days, so I might go down and do some of those and stuff like that. So yeah, fun stuff. Are you asking me to elaborate on this, Lexi? It's sort of a tarot history book. Um, in terms of like the esoteric origins of the tarot. So yeah, good little book. Um, it's very academic. So yeah, here I'll read you. This is what Rachel Pollack had to say about the book. The esoteric tarot marks a major contribution to understanding the tarot's origins and meanings. For too long, the historical approach and esoteric approach to the cards have been sharply at odds. In recent years, a number of people have tried to bridge the differences, but none with Ronald Deckert's impeccable scholarship. His book is not just valuable as history; it's also fascinating and exciting to read. So, high praise from dear Rachel. Um, Great little book. So I'm excited that I've only made it through the introduction and the first chapter. So um so there's that. Let's see here. What's next on the list? I think we're at the tarot and oracle portion of our series. We are. Okay. I am like covered in cat hair too. My cat needed attention before the video started. And by attention, I typically feed him wet food because he gets very sleepy after I give him wet food, and then he won't bother me while I'm doing the video. I bribe him. Okay, so I'm gonna do. I decided for this video to do a tarot and an oracle because we didn't get to do our last live stream together, so we have some fun stuff. Let's see here. Just want to make sure I'm looking at the right stuff here. Okay. So let's start with my favorite new tarot from last month. So this is a deck that came into my practice last month. And that is the Awakening Tarot, an elemental approach by Monica Bodersky. I'm probably butchering that. I'm sorry. This is a red feather deck. It's really different. I will say that much. But I've been having a lot of fun with its differences. It's commonly assumed that tarot is exclusively a divinatory tool, and that was its original purpose. However, that is not the case. So the idea behind this deck is that, inspired by earth-based spirituality, this deck is an effective tool for divination, self-development, and assessing the hidden realms. It beckons the reader to become an empowered agent of change by awakening the teachings of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, and the elemental guides. So, kind of some of the premise behind this deck is like a little bit of like a spiritual awakening. Let's zoom in. Oh, other way. So you get a nice chunky guidebook, and the guidebook is interesting. There's some really cool different perspectives on the tarot in here. I will say that it's full color, which is really nice. Each section gives you lots of different stuff to digest. So there's a description of the card, there's keywords, there's like a short message, there's an upright advice meaning, a reversed meaning, and a shadow meaning, which is kind of cool. And then is that one page? Oh, it is. And then there's like a reflections and questions section for the cards. So that's kind of cool. Lots of packaging. We have a box within a box, which I kind of like because the cards don't go everywhere, but at the same time, it's kind of annoying. The cards are really nice. Artwork is way cool. Look at our hermit. Isn't he cool? Very different. The backs are lovely, by the way. The size, it is actually an odd size. I will say that. So you can see they're just a little more narrow than a standard tarot card. And the cardstock's nice. It's kind of like standard US Games cardstock. Nothing like mind-blowing here. Obviously, all the suits are elementally based. So this would be our Ace of Pentacles. Here's our Eight of Cups, which is one of my favorite. You can see that there's very much a RWS sort of influence behind this, right? Um, so yeah. Your my trick, yeah. The trick really really quick. If you guys struggle with tuck boxes, like this one's nice because it has this little like cutout, but they don't always have that, right? Where's my letter opener? If you have like a letter opener or a butter knife, the easiest way to open it, if you struggle with tuck boxes, is just slide your letter opener or your butter knife into the top, and you want to push it up against where it opens, and just tilt your hand, and it will just open with ease, and you won't rip your tuck boxes anymore. That's the little secret. um. Anyways, here's our Ace of Wands. It's such a quirky deck, and it's been really interesting to kind of like explore and read with. I haven't read for anyone else other than myself with this one. Um, the artwork is just very liminal. Like, look at the Six of Fire, like the ant head. It's so, the courts are really interesting too, by the way. Um, I don't know. I've been really kind of digging it. So you have the Initiate, the Voyager, I can't remember now. So the Initiate's the page, the Voyager's the knight. The Visionary is the queen, I think. I can't remember now. Oh, and then Artist is the king. Yeah. Yeah, the artwork is really cool. I love this one. This one's beautiful. Maybe the Visionary is the king? I can't remember now. Here's the world card, which is the Omphalos stone, which I really love. There's some really cool esoteric symbolism and things going on in this deck. I actually haven't played around with this in about a week, so I'm a little brain foggy on this one for right now. But yeah, really cool stuff. Whoops, let's not do that. But the card stock's nice. Definitely a really cool, yeah, unique and original perspective on the tarot. Shuffles like a dream. I will say this cardstock is really nice. Red Feather is stepped up there. Okay. Their game on the cardstock. Bands nicely. So you can pick a card. What do we got the Four of Earth. Don't hold your resources too closely, or you'll lose them and they'll never pay back. All right. So there's that. Favorite new tarot of last month. Except this is why I hate tuck boxes. This right here. You see this? Because this side of the tuck box is causing that. So you have to like, drives me nuts. Pet peeve. Every time that happens, I just like cringe a little on the inside. I'm like, ugh. All right, so there's that. Awakening Tarot. Okay. Favorite new oracle from last month. Messages from the Light. This one really surprised me. I will be 100% transparent on this. This was an impulse buy at a Barnes & Noble. The artwork really struck me, and I was like, I need to know what this is about. And it really surprised me. It's been really good for like kind of journaling and contemplation and things like that. I've been really, really enjoying this deck. It is on the lighter side of like the kind of light washy side of the spectrum, but there are some sort of like deeper, darker aspects to kind of like letting go, right? Like to consider in this, which I really like. I love the keywords in this because they're pointed yet they're expansive, if that makes sense. And I just really love the art. The artwork, except for this one. This one, every time it comes up, I'm always like, oh. I've been just really loving this. And I know I've showed this before on the channel, but it just, I don't know. There's something about this deck that just feels really well done. Like patience, not my strong suit. But I've been really, really enjoying this one. Passion, it's like the flame, and so good. It's an interesting format, right? You get this like square kind of thing. It has been really cool too. I did like a little makeup tarot reading for myself where I pulled a card from this and then I did four cards around it kind of thing, all reflecting back on the oracle card. So that was a fun thing to do. Um Standard US games card stock with the stupid US games. No one cares about your copyright on the cards. If you put the copyright on the box, guess what? The cards are still copyright. That's how copyright works. You don't need to put it on every card. You don't. um Anyways, pet peeve. But yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful deck. The cards are quite big, I will say that. So they, as you can see here, they're almost as tall as a standard tarot card, and then clearly quite a bit wider. But yeah, I've just been really enjoying it. You can do cool like spreads with this as well, right? Consider forgiveness because it offers possibilities. So yeah, very cool. Very, very much love this deck. So if you're looking for a good little oracle, highly recommend this one. I think it's 52 cards. Yeah, 52 cards. US games. Really, really enjoying it. Guidebook, I will say this guidebook, yeah, you can take it or leave it. Nothing crazy there. Messages from the light. All right. Most used tarot. The slow tarot. I This time of year, this deck just it just hits me just right. I love this deck. It is so beautiful. Um it's gorgeous. All oil paintings. Um a very kind of modern take on the tarot. I love this night. Hands down, this is up in my like top um decks. Look at this Emperor. He's amazing. Love this thing. Um I don't have anything bad to say about this deck, to be honest with you. The backs are gorgeous. It's a linen cardstock. Um it is still available. I did check this morning before I went live. Um I just really I love the hanged man and he's doing cat's cradle in his hands. I love this Nine of Swords, right? And I love the inclusion of the horse of like it gives you that like sense of movement of like anxiety and negative thoughts kind of racing through your mind and like the change in perspective and stuff. Oh, just so good. Such a great deck. Look at this hermit. It's yeah. Love it, love it, love it. You definitely get this sense of escape here, right? It's my favorite keyword to remind people of with the Seven of Swords. Everyone focuses on kind of like that negative aspect of the Seven of Swords, but I like to oftentimes when it comes up, it represents escape, right? And that can be read both negatively and positively, right? Um, it's a really, really beautiful deck. The aces are borderless, which I thought was a really cool choice. I love the change in border color and yeah, really, really cool deck. Love it. So that is the slow tarot. And I still love this. I got number 444. Isn't that cool? That's why I keep that in there. So that's that. Love this deck. This is a deck that very rarely leaves my reading table. It lives right here. Boop. And then as far as my favorite oracle from or most used oracle from last month, it was the Earth, Moon, and Shadow Oracle. I just kept pulling this out. This I think currently I don't know. This is by Ruin Vervain. Um, I don't know. I think this might be out of print right now. So if it is, I apologize. I need to verify. Their Etsy shop is on a break, and I don't think it's available on their website. But I love this deck. Serafina sometimes pops in here. I don't know if she's in here today. But I just love this deck. It's just a really cool Oracle deck. I love the artwork. I love the keywords, and you get like this big keyword, and then you get these three little sort of keywords below them that I really like, and they always work really well for me. Um, it just it's it's a really deep deck. It has both shadow elements as well as light elements. It deals with sort of the darker side of things, um, right? Like this treachery card. Um, I love it. The Eye of Odin, sacrifice knowledge and new perspectives, right? I really enjoy this deck. The artwork's beautiful. Oh, this one, Thunder, and Lightning, painful realization and inner conflict. Love it. Beautiful deck. It's so beautiful. Blue Moon, opportunities, divine power and clarity. I have some backwards in here. Oh, these are the. Oh, I shuffled. I must have cut that in when I opened the box. That's the guidebook cards. Love the. Oh gosh, this one's cool. Mischief and Mayhem. Love it. Love it. So yeah, I worked with both of those decks a lot last month, and they just really worked really well for me. I did also work quite a bit with the Sasaro. I can't even say it right now. The Sasarabito deck. That's kind of like a honorary mention. But I don't know, that one just didn't it didn't come to mind a lot when reading for other people. I think it's a very kind of specific tool for me when it comes to reading. So yeah, it is currently out of print. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, let's see here. Just making sure I didn't miss any questions. Does anyone have any questions? Now is a great time. If you have questions. Oh, so they're gonna add it to the companion tarot. Okay. Yeah, I haven't. I need to reach out to Serafina and ask her about that. Slow tarot is amazing. The slow tarot, it's amazing. It is amazing, and in person, it is even more amazing. It's so good. I highly recommend it. Any other questions? Any questions? Any comments? As always, you guys, if you want to share what your favorite stuff is, come back, leave a comment down below. If you're watching this on replay, throw a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite tarot decks were, your favorite food, something you discovered, a favorite movie, favorite book, whatever. I love hearing your guys' suggestions and favorite things. That's how I find some of my favorite stuff is through you guys. So I love it. I do not have the Everyday Witch. Nope. That's not quite my cup. um what did I get in this week? What did I get in this week? I did get in the new deck from Lamucci, which is the Dreamscapes Tarot. So I did get this in. I have yet to play with it. I literally opened it up and went through and made sure all the cards were there. But it's a really beautiful kind of illustrative take on the RWS, which is kind of cool. The backs are nice, and it has this really cool metallic gilding. But yeah, it's a cool little deck. I got this in. So that just arrived. I also did get in the Sacred Sites Oracle, which I have just, like I said, just cracked open. This one's really cool because it's an oracle deck based on all kind of sacred sites around the world, and then there's like esoteric symbols associated with them, which is kind of cool. The cardstock is very glossy, which I despise, but you know it is what it is. This is a Watkins publication, and it's got kind of a chunky book, so I'm excited to dive into this one. I got that in. I also got in, if I can reach it. I also got in this lovely deck, the Tarot of Tales. Now, this one I've worked with just a teensy weensy little bit. The artwork is beautiful, but it's definitely kind of its own thing. They've taken quite a few liberties with the card. I love this back design; it's so beautiful, and the cardstock is amazing. But they the majors are pretty much the same, but some of the minors um are quite a bit different in terms of their depiction and their meaning. So this is one that I've been like when I have pulled it out to do a reading, I've been referencing the guidebook quite a bit. So it's kind of an animal deck. It is an animal deck. I don't know why I say kind of. It is an animal deck. Um it's a beautiful, beautiful deck, and I love this card stock. Um yeah. It's the same artist that did the Elemental Power Tarot, by the way, if anyone's curious. Same creator. I don't know if it's the same artist. Melinda Lee Holm. So there's that. Two-piece box in a box. So that's nice. Sits in there like that. And a hardcover book, by the way. Hardcover guidebook. Full color. So that's a cool one. So I got that in. And then I also got in specifically this deck, the Rosetta Tarot. So I always had the papyrus edition of the Rosetta Tarot, which has it has hieroglyphs for the titles, and it and the art itself looks like it's done on like a kind of papyrus paper. But this is MM Moline's first Thoth-based deck. Um, and I love it. So I got this specifically um, as a treat to start the study hall. So that is why I got this. And I love MM Lane's decks because they come in these nice little boxes and they have like this big fat ribbon lift, and I love it. She also included a card from Tabula Mundi, and this is the latest edition, which has the foil on it and on the backs, which is really cool. Yes, MM Lune did finish her third deck, And the Kickstarter should be going live here pretty soon. I don't know the specific date, but if you go to her website, you can sign up for the newsletter and you will be notified. So, I got those in. Did I get any? Oh, I did also get in this recently. The Tarot of Marseille, the Anima Antiqua, the Paris 1890 deck. So this is a cool little deck. I love the Anima Antiqua series. Backs. Of course, the fronts. I love the color choice on this one. The palette's nice and muted. So beautiful little deck. You know, I love me some tarot history. So there's that. I think that's it. Now I have to add links to all those things. Thanks, guys. It's okay. But I will add links to those things after I end the stream. So if you're interested in those things, come back in like 15-20 minutes and they should be in the description box. The Gothic Literature Tarot does look pretty amazing. Spoiler warning, that might be featured in next Sunday's live stream. But if you guys do have suggestions about new and upcoming releases, feel free to drop them in the comments section or leave them in Discord. We do have a whole thread channel in Discord, which is upcoming and new release suggestions for both occult books and for tarot and oracles. So, well, cartomancy in general, even if it's like Lenormand or anything like that, you can throw it in there. Do I have a video of my Marseille decks? I don't have like a video of like all my TDM decks. I've done a few, but no, I don't have like a comprehensive one. That would take a long time because I have a lot of them. Oh, you got the Della Roca. Oh, nice. That's a good one. Nice. Yeah, the foil version's really, I can't remember. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I can't remember if it was if it's the whole deck or if that was just a majors only. Let me look. Let's see. Where does she? Okay, here we go. Oh no, yeah. There is a whole deck where that is silvered. Oh, I might have to buy this now because I think I don't have the luxury edition. Here's the luxury edition, which has the silver borders and the spot foiling. So yeah, there is a whole version of that. Ooh, I hope you enjoy it. It's amazing. I love that deck. So good. All right. Any other questions before we get things wrapped up? We're well over an hour now, which is okay. I knew this one was going to go a little bit longer because I wanted to include some extra stuff since we had such a train wreck the last time. But we made it through the stream. There were no interruptions. There were no crazy camera glitches or anything like that. So I'm pretty chuffed, as they say in the UK about that. All right. Well, I don't see any more questions, but if you do have questions or anything like that, feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. Be sure to come back and leave me a comment. The YouTube algorithm munchkins love comments and they love thumbs ups. So or thumbs downs. They don't really care either way. So don't forget to thumbs up the video if you enjoyed this. Please feel free to leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't done so already. It really does help the channel and the community to grow. Again, we are starting a Thoth Tarot study in the membership program. So if you're interested in checking that out or getting access to some of the exclusive membership perks like access to the Discord server, which you only have to be a member for 1 month in order to get lifetime access to the Discord server. I literally only do that because I don't have time to police the trolls. I ain't nobody got time for that. So if you want access to the Discord server, or you want to view the members only videos, which are monthly taroscope readings done by yours truly. So I do a reading for each of the elemental groupings of zodiacal signs, which is really fun and people really enjoy those. So and then I also do create spreads every month for the astrological full and new moons. And so you can get access to all those kind of goodies and things like that by joining Scholar Metaphysicae down below, including the study hall. So be sure to check all that out. Otherwise, I hope all of you have a wonderful, wonderful Sunday. I just want to say thank you so very much for coming to hang out with me and check out some of my favorite things from the last month. As always, you guys, remember, everyone's fighting a battle that you know nothing about. So be kind. Bye, everybody.